calls. There is no past. There's only presently existing neural wiring. And so, which is like a huge part of the human experience. Like if you look at any human experience, a big part of it is how the body is feeling and moving. Those particulars affect how our consciousness is experiencing itself in life more than anything else. Welcome, beloved soul friends, to a brand new adventure into the known documentary series and implicit revelations case study created by yours truly, Windsor, consciousness consultant. I invite you to play background music while listening to and watching the following video. Choose some relaxing tunes and play them quietly in the background to amplify your healing journey experience. Have an incredible adventure diving deep into understanding and healing unconscious body minds to liberate self-essence and transform personal experience from the inside out. Thank you for being here, and thank you for being you. Hello, brave, beautiful, beloved soul friends. Welcome back to the known documentary series. There's truly nothing I love more than talking about understanding and healing unconscious body minds. It lights me up like nobody's business. And I'm really excited to share with you. My 29th thesis statement here in my implicit revelations case study is that when consciousness teaches the brain and the body to socially engage with itself, the process of healing internal attachments indirectly reconstructs the entire neurobiological social engagement system, which is a way to understand the unconscious body mind. Okay, so to kind of bring together what we've talked about thus far here, when consciousness teaches the brain and the body to socially engage with itself with an emphasis on nurturing internal attachments, these processes and practices indirectly transform neural content, uplifting the information stored in the data of the unconscious body mind. It doesn't change what happened in the past, but it does change presently existing information that was originally sculpted during past experiences.
because there are no past experiences in accordance with the unconscious body-mind. The unconscious body-mind does not know that there was ever a past experience. All the unconscious body-mind knows is that there's presently existing neural data, and that is being used to navigate and regulate its own existence. And that's really important to know. And I explore this idea in previous theses analyses as well. So please do check all of those out. There's so much magic in this known documentary series and Implicit Revelations case study. And it just gets better and builds on itself. So if these topics interest you, please do feel free to check that out, because there's a lot of goodies tucked in away, all these magics. But there are no past experiences. The unconscious body-mind doesn't know that there was ever a past moment. All the unconscious body-mind knows is that there is presently existing neural data, and that neural content and its connectivity are how the unconscious body-mind is navigating self and life and regulating brain-body protocols. There is no past. There's only presently existing neural wiring. And so these processes, these practices, applying thesis number 29, transforms neural content. It uplifts it. It takes it to a higher octave of vibration. It improves the information stored in there. The abstract intel just kind of improves, generally speaking. Even more astoundingly, and even more important actually, the neural connectivity expands. Specifically, when consciousness teaches, so cool, when consciousness teaches the brain and the body to socially engage with itself, explicit and implicit memory data starts connecting. Neural wiring sculpted from every year of life starts connecting, and neural wiring stored in relation to over a dozen different roles in the neurobiological social engagement system starts connecting in new and better and improved ways. And as neural content is uplifted and as neural connectivity expands, the unconscious body-mind has more tools to navigate the sense of self and how the sense of self encounters reality, including instinctive emotional sensations and styles of action patterns, or how the body is feeling and how the body is moving, which is like a huge part of the human experience. Like if you look at any human experience, a big part of it is how the body is feeling and moving. Those particulars affect how our consciousness is experiencing itself in life more than anything else. And so by applying the idea of consciousness, teaching the brain and the body to socially engage with itself, among the infinite benefits is that neural content improves, and even more importantly, neural connectivity expands. Explicit and implicit memory data connects on its own as consciousness teaches the brain and the body to socially engage with itself. Neural wiring from every year of life instinctively, automatically, without trying, it all starts to connect in new ways when consciousness teaches the brain and the body to socially engage with itself. And neural wiring in relation to every role of the neurobiological social engagement system starts to connect in new and expanded ways, automatically, without trying. It happens on its own. It happens on its own when consciousness teaches the brain and the body to socially engage with itself, especially with an emphasis on nurturing internal attachments. So that is how the application of thesis number 29 improves navigation in the unconscious body-mind. As if all of that was not impressive enough at the expense expansive potential of the application of these ideas. Like you're over here and you're just focusing on practices where consciousness is teaching the brain and the body to socially engage with itself as consciousness nurtures its own internal attachments within the unconscious body-mind. And beyond awareness, all this explicit and implicit memory data is connecting, and all this neural wiring from age 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, neural wiring from every single year of life is automatically connecting. And every piece of neural wiring in relation to 16 plus roles, each with its own unconscious priority regarding navigation, all that neural data in relation to all these different roles in the entire neurobiological social engagement system that comprises the unconscious body-mind, all of that neural data is automatically connecting. Automatically, without trying. You don't have to activate any neural data to do this. You don't have to bring up any memory to do this. All of that happens on its own when effectively applying these ideas. As if that was not astounding and expansive enough, that is not the end of the benefits of applying this practice. There's more. There's more benefits to applying this. There's more reasons to explore the power of this. There's even more that can be gained through the application of this concept. Navigation is only one job of the unconscious body-mind. The second job is regulation. And this is like a whole nother topic of in-depth transformative wonder. If you've explored other of my thesis statements, you know that the neurobiological social engagement system affects all of the different regulatory protocols in the brain and the body. How the left and the right brain hemisphere connect, how the forebrain and the hindbrain connect, how the autonomic nervous system self-regulates, how the central nervous system self-regulates, how the somatic and enteric nervous system self-regulate, how the different nervous systems talk to each other, how the brain waves regulate, how the endocrine system regulates, how hormones and neurotransmitters release and are regulated. And this affects so many different things, how you're thinking, how you're feeling, how you're moving, sleep patterns, circadian rhythms, how the mind and the body connect, how you know how to tell when you're hungry or when you're full. How do you have an appetite? And how does appetite connect with hunger? Because you might have an appetite but not actually need food and be hungry, or you might be hungry and need food but not have an appetite. How do all these things flow? Are you tense? Are you anxious? Are you relaxed? Are you euphoric? Are you stressed? Are you excited? Are you joyful? A lot of these things are affected with the automated regulation of the endocrine system. How the lungs breathe, how the heart beats, how these systems self-regulate. If there's dysregulation, you might experience oxygen deprivation and not know about it. Speaking from personal experience, KRISTIN was experiencing oxygen deprivation for several years before she discovered it in 2019 through her Implicit Revelations case study. And after a very long journey of over 700 hours of self-administered at-home oxygen therapy, combined with so many thousands of hours of self-hypnosis and meditation, along with a variety of other healing journey applications, the brain and the body are totally transformed, and I breathe so well now.
And yet here I am doing oxygen just for fun. Ain't the healing journey a trip though?
I breathe more effectively than I ever have in my life, and I continue to expand that through daily breathing practices in my meditations. But how the heart knows how to beat and regulate. KRISTIN used to experience tachycardia and bradycardia on a daily basis for several years. And that never ever happens anymore because all the regulatory protocols are completely transformed in the unconscious body-mind. So how the heart knows how to beat, how the lungs know how to breathe and breathe in oxygen and flow the oxygen. So how the body knows how to take it in and spread out that magic of what it was taking, the oxygen that it took in. All of that depends on the regulatory protocols. how the blood knows how to flow. Circulation is affected. The intake of sensory data processing is affected. How you can go like this and know what you are feeling. If you do that, can you feel nothing at all? Does it hurt? Or is there a slight subtle pressure and you know that there's a finger on your arm and it's no big deal? So all these different things, it's a lot of things, and that's only like some of them. Those are just like some of them. There's so many different regulatory protocols affecting the brain and the body unconsciously that are covertly impacting uniquely individualized experiences of consciousness. If brain waves are dysregulated, it's going to create some unique experiences. If the left and the right brain hemispheres are not effectively connected through the corpus callosum, it's going to create some unique experiences. If the forebrain and the hindbrain aren't connecting, it's going to create some unique experiences. If the autonomic nervous system is not regulating itself effectively on a daily basis, it's going to create some unique experiences, etc., 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 etc. 2 years ago, every single one of these systems in my brain and body were 1,000, 100, billion, million, quadrillion, the biggest number you could imagine, percent dysregulated. They were the most dysregulated you can fathom. Complete dysregulation, mind-body disconnectivity, complete independent activity between both brain hemispheres. They were literally different people experiencing each brain hemisphere with several people in the right brain and a couple people in the left brain, and they didn't know about each other. Zero connectivity between the brain hemispheres. Zero connectivity between the brain hemispheres. Disconnectivity between the forebrain and hindbrain. Disconnectivity between relationships throughout nervous systems. Severe central nervous system dysregulation. Severe autonomic nervous system dysregulation. Severe somatic system dysregulation. Severe disconnectivity between how sensory data was being processed. There was no orientation in time and space. Severe cranial nerve dysfunction. That's a whole other one. Cranial nerve functionality. There's dozens of different magical nerves. Our cranial nerves have a huge impact on how we experience life. Even being able to express through facial postures is impacted by cranial nerves. And so all these different systems were 1,000% dysregulated 2 years ago. 1 year ago, all of it was majorly improved, but still had a ways to go. And now everything is so deeply regulated. My brain and body are in greater health than I have ever known. And I attribute a huge part of that to the application of thesis number 29. Granted, there are other things in life that contribute to our health and well-being. How we eat, how we sleep, how we move through life, stress levels. There's a lot of different things that happen. But I attribute a significant portion of how my brain and my body have improved regulation to the daily application of practices that specifically apply the abstract idea of thesis number 29. When consciousness teaches the brain and the body to socially engage with its own self, it improves neural content and expands neural connectivity in a variety of ways to improve and expand navigation in the unconscious body-mind. But another huge, profound, unfathomably remarkable, and in-depth, complexly wondrous benefit that occurs through the regular application of this concept is that the unconscious body-mind experiences total transformation of automated regulatory protocols. Quiet on the set. Okay, so I will surrender to my greatest, highest good. I will release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in pure faith. And I'm a little bolder every day. I'm stoked I did not just spill on myself. I'm stoked I did not just spill on myself. Okay, where are we at? Okay, so that's the intro. I'd like another way that I love you. Anything's possible. Anything's possible. Okay, this is a little addition. I love you.